Hi there, everybody. Coach Brandon here again. We're going to continue our study of defending the over-under pass. We've seen a couple lessons now that challenge our opponent's shoulder position, or we can challenge our opponent's head position. But challenging our opponent's body position is not the only way we can work. We can also look to off-balance our opponent, either to their right or to their left. In this first technique I'm going to show for lesson 3 on the over-under pass defense, I'm going to off-balance my opponent using a mechanical trick called a knee lever. I'm going to show the knee lever alone first, just to help you guys understand what a knee lever is, how it functions, how it works. Okay, so I'm going to have Sammy get in my half guard with her feet pointing toward the camera. Now from the half guard here, I'm going to take both my feet and I'm going to plant them right here next to Sammy's right knee. So my feet are going to hold her knee in position. They're going to help to immobilize her knee so her knee cannot travel in this direction, to my left, to her right. So I'm going to step right next to her knee just like this so the tops of my feet cross. I'm not crossing ankles. I'm not doing this. I'm just crossing the tops of my feet like so, just like so. So now from here, I'm going to lift my hips off the mat just a centimeter, just a very, very small amount. This is not a very large bridge. I'm not bridging all the way up. Just enough so I'm no longer on the mat with my hips. Now I'm going to point my knees to my left. Here. So what that does is my 2 feet immobilize her knee, so her knee is stuck where it is. And now the action of pointing both knees to my left uses my right knee to drive her hip outside of her knee. Right now, her hip is between her 2 knees, so she's well based. When I use this knee lever, it's going to pull her hip over here outside her knee, so she no longer has a base of support. So up. Now when I turn my knees, it pulls her hip outside her knee and off balances her. So we're going to use this knee lever trick as a means to off balance our opponent during the over-under pass. So let's look at this. So again, Sammy's going to set up the very strong over-under pass. She solidifies good shoulder position. She solidifies good head position. And she's up off of her knees. Very good. Now, I can't knee lever yet because my right leg isn't really in a deep enough half guard. But during the course of an over-under pass, your opponent is going to look to cover your knee. They're going to look to walk to there, yeah, exactly, to cover your knee and capture. And then they typically draw your knee back to the center. It's at this point, when the knees are drawing back to the center, I need to control my opponent's right cuff so that she can't base out to her right. I'm going to cross the tops of my feet, and I'm going to start to take my feet down to the mat. Now my hips raise up, and I point my knees to the left. Now as my opponent goes to recover top position, I'm going to extract my right leg, and now I have a trap triangle, where now I can go through and finish my triangle choke. So that is how we can use the knee lever to off balance our opponent to the underside as we're defending the over-under pass. I'll show this again. Sammy covers my leg. She comes in with good position. Now if my goal is to off balance my opponent, I'm going to control the sleeve cuff on the side that I want to off balance her to. So in this case, I'm going to control her right sleeve cuff so she can't base with her right hand. Now Sammy's going to go to cover my knee as she progresses through the pass. And as she comes back to the center, I'm going to set up my knee lever. I'm going to take my 2 feet on top of each other, just like so. My feet go down to the mat near the knee. And then I'm going to pick my hips up, and I'm going to point my knees to the left. Now, I'm going to pull on this arm. right now this arm's controlling my leg. So if I try to extract my leg right now, I can't. So as she falls, I'm going to pull up on the elbow. And now as she recovers, I extract my right leg. And she comes up into my trap triangle. Now from the trap triangle, there's a lot of good attacks we can do. The most basic is just the conventional front triangle here. And we finish. Worst case scenario, your opponent pummels their arm back inside, and you're able to recover your guard against the over-under pass. So there's our third method of defending the over-under pass. We've now looked at the first two methods, which were challenging our opponent's shoulder and challenging our opponent's head. So challenging our opponent's shoulder with the frames, or challenging our opponent's head by passing it across. In today's lesson, we're starting our study on off-balancing our opponent to the left or right. Today I controlled her right cuff and off-balanced her to her right with a knee lever. When you guys come back in a couple days to watch the next video, lesson 4, I'm going to show you guys how to control my opponent's left sleeve cuff and off-balance them to their left-hand side. And that will complete our over-under pass defense sequence.